working with many business owners, everybody faces challenges at some point, and owners can feel really alone during those times, or even not during those times. So what I would love if you could share is a challenge as business owners that you faced at some point in your business life cycle.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go for it.
So I had a dream 28 years ago to open a heating business that was different, that was forthright, that was high quality. Kim had a valid point that we had 2 young sons, and that starting a business at that point full-time was, you're going to miss out on your kids' formative and fun years. And so what we opted to do is do it as a side business. And so we started it as a side business, and we grew. And but the challenge or the struggle was determining when was the time to pull the pin and either go for it or give it up. And that was a real hard decision to know when that time was. And ultimately it was, my hand was forced, I would say, and in the sense that I was 46 years old, and it was starting to physically get harder to physically do 9 to 5 and then 5 to 9. So it was hard. It was scary. It was, hey, I'm giving up a 40-hour a week job with benefits and 401ks and health insurance and all of that, and just trusting that we had established and built a brand that people wanted, and that there was a desire for honest contractors that do what they say. They don't take advantage of any situation. And so that was a tough one. That was hard to know when that time was. But I think we made a good decision together, and here we are 8 years later.
And how did you know
When that time was? And like I said, I think it was a little bit forced, just by age. It was, and the other thing, though, to be truthful, is we had 20 years at that point of good, solid customers that said, hey, yep, it's time for that air conditioner. What does that look like? What should I budget for? And it's like, hey, we've got customers from 20 years ago, which is kind of unheard of when a customer is that loyal to stick with us for 20 years straight. And it's like, you know what, all the pieces are there.
So what advice, if you could give other business owners in that space, if they're struggling with that decision, or even if it's not necessarily when to pull the plug to start a business, it might be pull the plug to go to that next level, what would be your advice?
Well, so one of the bigger challenges that I faced was the accounting side of things. So I would recommend having a good partner in that area, an accountant that can help guide you. The first 2 years, we ended up owing so much in taxes, and that was difficult. But it was like, well, we're in this long, we've done this, we're no turning back.
Yeah.
So we struggled from accountant to accountant to accountant, and until we met you, actually, did we, struggle. So
yeah, try to find that quality small business accountant that specializes in your specific arena. Somebody that's got experience doing small business taxes for, in our case, HVAC or electrical, or whatever your trade or your profession is. I think that's very valid.
Well, and I find as well that it's not even just in the financial space, the accounting space, that business owners, it's finding the right partners outside of their business. So whether it's the marketing, or if it's, within sales, or if it's in the financials, or where it's actually finding those trusted advisors that can help move the business in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. Googling it isn't always the easiest.
No.
It doesn't always do the job.
No, and that's
Yeah.
the thing is, I knew HVAC. I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew how and what our objective was. I offer superior level everything. But what we didn't know is marketing and taxes and all the nuances that go with a small business. And that's what you don't think about. It's like, oh, well, I know HVAC. Well, there's a lot more to it. And so finding those partners that really make the whole thing tick, that is paramount.
Now, we've been working together for just over a year now with AG45 or Accelerate Growth 45. What would you say has been the biggest upside or impact for your business working with our team?
So you've been instrumental in so many ways, but helping us to keep focused and setting goals and being accountable. Working with you every Tuesday, it's been so helpful because things just get put to the wayside. In the busy day-to-day work, you forget what you're doing. You forget why. So you've helped in that way to just be like, no, remember what's the goal here. So that I think that's the biggest help.
That's huge. I think.
Yeah.
I think the empowerment that you and your team have given to us as well. It's hey, you guys are different. You guys are. It's like, okay, yeah, we are. That's right. And kind of refocusing us on our original intent, our original goal, as far as where are we heading. And so you and your team have been great as far as refocusing us on the weekly and just go, no, you guys got this. You guys are our rock stars. We're proud of you. And okay, yep. And helping us to realize that where our customer base can help, to continue that pipeline of work and just help us to grow and go, okay, we're not bugging them. We're offering our services. We're checking in with them, making sure that there aren't any unmet needs, that we're not neglecting them in any way. And it's a fine line. But you help us to kind of go, no, people that they're living their busy life. And so maybe a little reminder that, hey, we're still here. If you need anything, we'd be happy to help. So I think that was another huge growth experience for us as a business.
Well, it's interesting too, because you talked about the challenges when to pull the plug, to jump, to go full into your business. And I would even say that last year was this, okay, ready, another jump of going to grow and go to that next level.
Yeah.
And you significantly have grown from revenue, from team, from, lots of different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Without AG, our sales wouldn't be what they are. It's crazy how much they increased last year. And we could have increased them. They were increasing every year. But your guidance and you working in the background all the time really made a huge difference. It helped us focus on marketing and processes, being more efficient. All of those things working together made it so that we could sell a lot more and help a lot more people.
Well, I think we were getting by. The lights were on, the bills were paid.
Right.
But there was no future goal. There was no, okay, what about retirement when you get to that point? And what about, how big do you want to get? And all those questions that we've never really thought to ask or inquire about. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. So you've helped us to see those goals, set those goals, achieve those goals, and then go, okay, now what? Where are we at? How are we doing? So it's been phenomenal as far as that goes.
Well, thank you. It's been a team effort. I mean, you all did it. You actually took yourself to that next level. We just helped, guide and bring the right advisors to you.
100%.
I was wanting to make
as
sure
well.
and say.
Yeah, to bring that team that actually helps you row in that direction, because increasing personal wealth and increasing sales, increasing team, and looking at what do you want at the end of all of this, and so.
And how do we get there though?
And how you get there.
Yeah. Like I said, we were here. Our nose was above water, but that was kind of it. That's and that was like that year after year after year until we met you and AG45 and took that jump, and it's been great.
Well, thank you. It's been great working with you all. You are our favorite. Sorry, other clients. No. No, you really, hats off to you, what you've done, and to your business, because as you know, AG45, we don't work with everyone. We are very selective about who we work with, and you know, you are superstars, and your customers know it, and so do we. So,
yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.